Hey folks, it's Jang here from JangBricks.com with a look at the Super Secret Police Dropship. It's a summer 2014 Lego movie set that comes with 854 pieces. And there it is, one slowly rotating Super Secret Police Dropship in all of its wondrous black and white glory. Interesting thing, has a little bit, well, more than a little bit of maybe a Coruscant police gunship kind of vibe to it, I would say. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting, different thing. Not your normal spaceship, not your normal helicopter converted with futuristic hover technology or something like that. You know, it definitely has its own kind of look. I personally haven't seen anything just like this before. High level features, you've got these cannons in the front which can be rotated all around, and they're actually on hinges, so it allows them to kind of put some fire across the bow of the thing. I don't know if they're supposed to really go in and out like that, but certainly they're supposed to be rotating around on these huge ball joints. You can easily break off these ends, so never grab it by the ends. You've got another little turret up here which can be manned. A single little dude can go in there, and you've got also a weapons cache up on the top. Another one inside, we'll look at that. And then you've got these shooters on the sides. These are the spring-loaded little projectile shooters that work very well. But, oh, great. Now that I say that, it's not going to work, right? Because I'm pushing it wrong. You have to push it in or out. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Normally, these things are oriented up and down, so you kind of train yourself to push down. But here, you got to pull them in, and they give you 3 shots with this set. So just enough to fill up both guns, plus 1 spare for when you lose one under the couch or behind the bed. Back here, all this is going to open up, swings down. You actually have something inside there, which I will take out, just doing a little high level look at it right now. And these doors open up to give you access inside of the thing. Those are pretty slick. The cockpit area is all covered with one huge windscreen piece, which is attached sideways, and that can easily be pulled off because it's only attached with a few studs. Very easy to get that off. See a nice little printed console piece there, a wide printed console piece down here, a couple of control sticks. So I guess this is your pilot down here, and this is your targeting guy up at the top. And you can just put your minifigs in there, complete with their little suits on, their little vests, their tactical vests. So that's nice that they gave you seats that have enough room for that, so you don't have to take stuff off your minifigs just to put them into their seats. And this is going to close up over all of them, and you can very clearly see them inside of there. So if they're looking to one side, you can kind of set up some pretty realistic looks for that and make them really look like they're alive and doing something and not just sitting there looking straight forward. These jet pods on the sides are also an interesting feature. So the idea is that right now they are shooting their exhaust gas straight down, and that's going to allow the thing to have vertical or very short takeoff, more like vertical. But once you get up into the air and you want to start to have some forward thrust, you rotate those forward, and depending upon how far forward you rotate them, they will give you more and more forward thrust. I recommend that you kind of leave them at an angle. You just have this little knob at the back that you turn to make those go up or make them come forward. There's a little bit of a, you might say, a lag between the front and the rear, just because of flexibility in the parts and also a little bit of lash or play in the gears. They do allow you to adjust that, so if they kind of get out of sync, you can kind of bring them back, but sometimes they won't be perfectly parallel. Once again, when you just look at the opening of the door, how that just slides beautifully up. There's just some Technic lift arm action going on in the inside to help hinge all that together. And here you've got room for your little SWAT dudes to sit in there and be prepared, ready to drop down from above. You've got a weapon rack right there with these weapons that have the extra large barrel and also a sight on there. You've got a couple of printed panel tiles there that just give you some computer-like readouts, it looks like. And this odd thing that sticks out. I'm just gonna pull on that because it looks really weird, and oh, look at that. It's pulling out a string. You can attach what's at the end of that string to one of the Robo SWAT dudes to actually lower him down. Of course, you probably want to give him a weapon first, but this is a very nice little little action that they include with this thing. It's pretty easy to wind up, and as long as you get the timing right, you can actually bring him all the way back into the ship. I like that very much, that he actually goes all the way inside. He's not standing up, but it's so much of an improvement over sets where they kind of just winch up a guy to the outside and then you have to grab him and put him in. I think that's a more realistic play feature there. Incidentally, on the other side of the knob for winding the winch, they have this really cool ratcheting mechanism which will stop it from unraveling when you don't want to. I showed you earlier there was something inside of here that you can take out. Well, that's kind of a portable jail cell in there, and that whole thing can come out. Unfortunately, they don't let you get to it very easily from here. You really have to open up the side and kind of push it out, and then you get this whole capsule. It's a very simple build, but I really like getting the transparent red tall windows that fit in door frame pieces. And you don't have to take the whole thing apart to get in there. It's all hinged. So these are supposed to be just kind of laser bars, and you can easily put somebody in there as a prisoner. Of course, you probably want to take his gun first, newbies, and then you can close that up. Load the whole thing back here, and then you can take them back to your super secret police base. There's a peek at what's up on top, so a better look at the little turret. This is a sighting mechanism over here, and this is the actual gun. Has a small little panel. It's just a sticker that goes on the front, and your little Robo SWAT figure would go in there like that, and that's how you'd be controlling it. Notice also that you have an extra gun right here and a set of binoculars. Similarly, same setup over here, plus a couple of communication dishes. For your minifigs in this set, here are first the protagonists. Emmett the Special, of course. Batman, yes, Batman, finally Batman in a Lego movie set.
I only work in black, and sometimes very, very dark gray.
The Green Ninja, who is not Lloyd Garmadon, and then Johnny Thunder, a throwback to the Adventures series. There's a look at him from the back, but of course that doesn't help much because they're all covered up. Check that out. Now you can actually see the prints on the torsos, plus alternate faces for weird 80s headband Batman and Emmett. And speaking of weird 80s headband, there's the front of Batman. And it looks like the Green Ninja doesn't trust minifigs with two faces. And in the blue corner, representing the bad guy team, you get 4 Robo SWATs. All of them have the same torsos. All of them have the same legs. There are just 2 different heads and different gear on the outside. Swinging them around, there's a look at all of them from the back. I just still can't see the torso print. There, fix that, yay! You know, I feel like this set has really high play value to it. There are a lot of things that you can move around, a lot of guns that you can aim and you can shoot, and you can have guys inside, you can have a guy up on the top, you can have guys inside here, you can load things up, and they give you so many minifigures. That's a really nice ratio of minifigure to volume of other stuff in the set. I think that the black and white color scheme really kind of cheats the thing a little bit, because to me, to my eyes, it kind of dims things down, kind of dulls the visual excitement of the whole thing, especially with just the clear in the front. I feel like this thing really needs a splash of color, something bold, something dark and menacing and evil. Just imagine if this windscreen here, this whole front piece was replaced with the transparent red one from the old Bionicle TOA terrain crawler. Wait a minute, I've got the TOA terrain crawler. Check this out. Surprisingly, they've actually changed the mold of the piece a little bit, so this one doesn't fit right down here, but that could easily be fixed. But let me know what you think. Does that look better to you, more interesting with the red on the front? I feel like you know, it's kind of biting off the Coruscant gunship, police gunship even more now with the red, but I really feel like that just looks cooler and meaner and more evil and just mean and menacing. Anyway, this is the way that they give it to us, and as it is, I really feel like there's a lot of value here for kids who really want to play with it. If you get one kid who gets all of this stuff, there's so much that you can do. If you get 2 kids, you can easily split up the figures and the stuff that you do between them. If you get 3 kids, 4 kids, there's so many things that can be done with this one set. I really feel like this is practically a play set. It could use some extra little things off to the side, but just a really high fun and play value with this one. Probably won't score as high with the adult fans of Lego because it just isn't that impressive to look at. It's not that iconic from the movie. It's not that collectible, I'd say. But that's just my opinion. And enough of my opinion. Time for you to chime in with your opinion. Please leave a comment to let us know, me and other viewers, what you think about this set, if you like it, if you dislike it, if there are specific things that you wish were different, or you wish I would just shut up and move on to the next video. Well, I'm just gonna shut up and move on to the next video because I've got lots more stuff to build and I really enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching this, and stay tuned for more. I'll be talking to you again soon.